Super. Um, yeah. Super energetic piece. I was saying a few songs ago how I've noticed in the Mars Volta there's this little sense of humor that creeps in, and if you listen to that last minute of that song, it totally reminds me of like the Johnny Depp kind of weirdness of the Chocolate Factory or whatever. These little midgets that are singing. I love that movie by the way. My kids love it too. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. The original's pretty good too. There is a very 60s psychedelic, sort of like Hendrix era kind of vibe to it. The drums, especially, the sound reminded me a lot of that, sort of the energy of the 60s, late 60s psychedelic music. Um, there were some cool solos in there. There's like a sax and a guitar going back and forth, the respond kind of thing, like a conversation. I like that. Um, I loved all the bongos, lots of bongos. Um, as far as people using bongos that mad, I just thought of the James Bond theme that Paul McCartney did with Paul McCartney and Wings, "Live and Let Die." There's one part that's got this guy doing the bongo like a madman, and this song that's happening there. You don't hear that a lot. That's cool. I really, like I say, I really like. I have bongos. I have a setup of bongos right here usually, and they are actually gone right now. My friend is tuning them up. He's good with that kind of thing. He's going to tune them up. I bought these great little bongos that pretty expensive, but they're really high quality ones. I want to have something really high quality because that's for life. A couple bongos. I've got another big drum. Anyways, yeah, big on that stuff. I'm big on Spanish influence. I do a Spanish duo. You can check that out in the links below. So the King Crimson, lots of Fripp structures. I think it was Fripp who was really good at breaking into that and introducing that into music. To me, they're sort of like, it sounds like architecture. It's guitar, but it's architecture, or sort of sound like what something a computer would spit out. But it's very building up, and the structure is part of the music and the harmony. Even though it's kind of sort of crazy sounding, but it still all works. I mean, that's a great description of the Mars Volta. How there's a lot of chaos that works together. They're good at molding chaos, supposedly chaos. It's not chaos. It's so that's that sense of humor, like I said in the last part there, reminded me of Chocolate Factory, and also it reminded me of well, it kind of sounded like there's this new cartoon, like kind of like Marvel cartoon book, comic book, sorry. And I borrowed it from the library, and I wanted my kids to check it out. And it was sort of like a reboot of Dooby Scoob. I mean Scooby Doo, Dooby Scoob. And it's sort of like it's like a modern retake, a rehash of that idea where everyone was modern and they were into tech and they were like running tech companies and stuff, and it was sort of like sort of the end of the world kind of vibe to it as well, and really kind of edgy, a little more violent, in the modern sense of film, which is violent, which I don't know, I'm not totally for that, but I did notice right off the bat, I didn't like the song as much as I know I will like it. Let me explain. Some of the best albums that I grew up with, the first time I listened to them, I wasn't in love right away, and then it grew on me. And then there's certain songs that grab you right away. I think it's kind of natural. That's a natural thing. And I could tell with this song, oh yeah, this is a little different. This is going to take a little more to digest. It's sort of like somebody sets a big meal in front of you, and maybe you're not hungry enough for the whole thing, so it intimidates you. It's going, oh man, this looks great, but geez, I'm not that starving. I mean, I'm sure I'll save some of this and have leftovers tomorrow, and then it's sort of that. That's my metaphor. So this song did not jump out at me. I mean, I loved it, but relative to other TMV songs, this one I felt a little bit of a gap. Like, okay, I can tell this song is going to take a few listens. It's going to take a few listens. It's just one of those songs. That's the way it is, and I don't think it as a negative thing at all. Like I say, as a metaphor, it's a matter of some songs are a lot more to process and for you to appreciate. It takes a little work. It takes a little work to appreciate some of this music. I gave an album to my friends close to the edge. They ended up crashing it, throwing it against the wall. They hated it. And then 2 years later, they're huge Yes fans. They would never, ever think of smashing a Yes record. So it's funny how you go through these funny phases where you think, oh, I don't think I'm going to like that. and then they didn't even try to listen to it. And then when they did, they fell in love with it. So I think that's a good sign, and I know there's a lot of you are really looking forward to me reacting to Baphomet. And there you go. Isn't that interesting? And I'll comment actually below this video. In 1 year from now, I'll comment and I'll say how it's progressed for me, because I'm sure I'm going to be just like you guys, saying it's one of my faves of them. Yeah, there's definitely inspiration from my favorite guitarist, Steve Howe, and Yes, in his kind of wildish days in the earliest 70s, when he's really just going crazy on that guitar. And it reminded me of Yes a bit. And I know that they are inspired by Yes. They grew up on some of that old classic Yes. So I like how ambitious this song is. It's a very ambitious song. It just, and I guess that's what it boils down to. This is an ambitious song, both to create and also to digest and listen to. What was your reaction when you first heard this song? What did you think? Leave your comment below. Spiraling out, it's Dean. Make sure you subscribe and become a member of the Progressive Wolf Pack, and we'd love for you to join and become this part of this community. And I'm reacting to a lot of modern progressive rock because I missed it. I totally missed it. It just totally went. Whew. I was in my own little silo. Meanwhile, all this amazing prog rock was going on, and I totally missed it. So it's wonderful to catch up. I'm a prog rock fan. Never have lost my love for the 70s prog. And I'm going to be doing some more reacts. I'm going to have a different series of reacts, reacting to the classic 70s prog that I missed, because there are albums that I never heard. There are even some bands that I never heard, like Camel. I've never heard of Camel. So that'll be a new one. I'll react to that, and I'll react to Gentle Giant. That's another one. So again, Spiraling Out. I said Spiraling Out already, but I'm going to say it again. Spiraling Out, it's Dean. Bye.